Hey guys, and down here, this is going to be my chapter review to My Hero Academia 255. I forget what it was called. Does Viz not show what it was called? Yeah, it does. Hero Hopeful. Alright. Now, I enjoyed this chapter. I thought it was pretty dope. The ending was, I was like, the heck is going on here? And yes, as you may have heard, I reread the chapter on Viz due to a recommendation by my boy, Annie Tom. Commented on my last video, I think it was my last review, after I'd emotionally spoken about Shueisha and the Manga Plus and their translation and their scanlations and how shit they were and how the user experience on their website was shit. So then I went to Viz, who, to be frank, their scanlation is probably just as bad in the sense of the quality isn't as great as these other websites like MangaStream, which we had been using before. But the one thing I'm happy about is because you get a side-by-side page and it does actually fill the screen. We did get to see, for instance, on page 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, we got to see that double spread where you see Kurogiri, the kind of fumes around his head start to separate, and you get to see Shirakumo's face. What was his name? Shirakumo? Yeah, Shirakumo's face. So I was happy about that. We didn't even get that on other websites. On another website which I've been reading this on, that was split as well, whereas usually you would have gotten that double spread. So I'm not sure what's going on with all these guys who scan these documents up, these images up. But if there's a double spread, keep it as a freaking double spread. That's all I want to say. Anyway, this chapter, the first thing that happens is we see that Kurogiri is agitated, and the first thing that cop dude, I've forgotten his name, he starts piling on questions to Kurogiri, trying to get him while he's in this agitated state to answer anything they have on the Nomu, where they're manufactured, where's Shigaraki and where's he hiding and stuff like that. So you see here Aizawa, he's just there like, you know what, if what they said is true, then what I'm looking at right now is my friend's corpse. This is him, the person that we thought had been gone for so long. This is where he's been at, and he's I'm not sure whether that's a plus or a minus. It's like your friend went missing. Well, you thought your friend was dead. You didn't know that his corpse was missing. But just because his corpse is back doesn't mean that his soul is back in his corpse. He's still dead. So I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not for Aizawa. But I suppose he still wants to put an end to his friend's evil, supposedly. Because Kurogiri is using Shirakumo as a base body. So Aizawa then piles on his own questions. He's like, who did this to you? Where'd they tinker with your head? Didn't you feel anything when you attacked us at UA? He's just piling on. You can tell like how emotional they are. You can see President Mike as well, just like staring at Kurogiri, thinking, what the hell's going on? So, and Aizawa here even calls Kurogiri Shirakumo. He's shouting at him, saying, you were a member of Class 2A just like we were. And you see Kurogiri saying he doesn't have the faintest idea what they're talking about, and then everyone is shocked. Aizawa, President Mike, when they see, like I said before, some of that fume, some of that cloud-like presence around Kurogiri's head start to dissipate, and you get to see half of the base body, and the body beneath it is in actual fact Shirakumo, which it just makes this all the more heartbreaking, right? You see Shirakumo's face, they're just looking at him like, holy shit, this is our friend, this is the guy that we were the three freaking stooges. This is the other guy in our group of friends, and this is the person we thought dead is still very dead, but is being used as some sort of monster, some sort of agent against the rest of us, and we had no idea. So it's a very, very heartbreaking situation. You see Aizawa looking at him, President Mike, they're bewildered by this, and somehow, some way, Shirakumo. This is the thing that I'm confused by. I mean, this is Shirakumo's corpse, right? He had to have been dead for them to utilize his corpse. See, now I'm a little bit confused. Was he dead when they utilized his corpse, or was he borderline dying when they used his corpse and they changed him into a Nomu? I'd assume he would have had to have still been alive. Otherwise, his body would have been rotting and breaking down as you do when you die. And that wouldn't have been a good base body for a Nomu to use. So I'm starting to get the feeling that maybe Shirakumo was dying rather than dead when they used his body as a base for the Nomu. But I'm pretty sure they announced when they found Shirakumo that he was dead. and they couldn't do anything to save him. So with that logic in mind, I'm not sure how we're still getting these kind of vestiges of memories, much like Deku, from Shirakumo, seeing as he's dead. I understand that they're using his body as a baseline, but there's no personality extract from something that's dead, right? But somehow, some way, they're still doing this. I'm not quite sure how. And Shirakumo says just one thing. He says he says something like "shasho," something. Aizawa's telling him to fight it, and the one thing they managed to get out of Shirakumo in this agitated state, is hospital. That's the word they get out of him. So then Kurogiri, like the clouds just blow away from his head and then kind of regather around his head, I think, and he just completely short circuits. He slumps over and he's collapsed. They actually discuss this in the next couple pages, and I think it's like a failsafe that All For One built into any of his main guys, Kurogiri, probably into Shigaraki himself, probably into Dr. Eggman, which is if they're about to give away, key company details and secrets, then they're going to get shut down. They just collapse or something like that. Like a failsafe, like a circuit breaker kind of thing. You ain't getting any information out of these guys that you shouldn't be getting. So Eraserhead, President Mike, they're both shook. They're set. President Mike sits down. He's just like, holy shit, what the hell is going on? He asks about Aizawa's eyes, and Aizawa's just like, yeah, all these tears is just because my eyes are dried out. I'm like, nah, they're not. You're crying your ass off, dude. I'd be crying in your situation, dude. I was crying when I was reading this chapter, maybe. So they discuss with Gran Torino afterwards, like, yeah, he did mention the hospital, and it feels like we came really close to more specific intel before he short-circuited. So then they ask more around, what the hell's up with Kurogiri? Why did he short-circuit like that? Gran Torino apologizes for bringing, President Mike and Aizawa to something like this, getting them to do something like this, reopening, not even fully closed wounds, just reopening the scars of something that they really didn't want to, traverse that path again. Aizawa here takes a moment to reflect, and he's like, you know what, these Nomu, what the hell are they? And why would they, referring to All For One and Dr. Eggman and stuff like that, why would they even make something like that? And you see here how twisted All For One is. He's like, you people fail to understand. It's like making wine, trampling the grapes to extract their juice. So essentially he's saying, you have this exterior shell, but you want to get to what's inside, right? You don't. So if you're talking about a human in this world, in this reality, you have the human itself, but the inside, the quirk, is what we're looking for. That's the juice. That's the item of interest. That's what we want to extract from these guys. So he's like, I merely wanted to keep enjoying those delightful flavors. Essentially, he's a crazy mofo, and there's no reason asking why he's doing this. All For One is just simply, he's like the Joker in the sense of, he wants to see... Well, actually, Shigaraki's more along the lines of the Joker. All For One is more clinical, more cynical, more planned. But he is also very, very crazy. And he's obviously not giving them the full reasoning why. That would be a stupid idea. But he's very, very demented. Gran Torino promises Aizawa and President Mike, there's not going to be any more sacrifices. No one else is going to become a Nomu. Not a kind of promise I would like to make, because chances are there are going to be many more Nomu in the future. Even the Nomu that they already have, chances are those will be people that you were aware of and you couldn't save and you had no idea had been changed into Nomu. Anyway, the cop then messages I'm not even sure who this lady is. Well, I know she's meant to be like one of the higher ups in terms of probably within Hero Society and police, the police force. But she gets a message from this guy saying hospital is the key word. That's the hot word that we got out of Shirakumo. And then we're told that there's a disturbance over at Wakagumo Hospital, and that they're requesting a rescue. So things, I think, are going to start to move pretty fast from the next chapter onwards. And you see that at this Wakagumo Hospital, they even request for someone on the level of Hawks to pop up, and he throws his phone away while in the presence of the League of Villains. He's there teaching. Oh my God, what's Deadpool's name? Oh no, I've forgotten Deadpool's. I'm gonna refer to him as Deadpool. He's there teaching him about the League of Villains, and I love how it says on the whiteboard. It says it's a little late to ask about this stuff. The Liberation Army fact. I was like, yo, this guy. Hawks has got banter. I mean, like, he's right in the deep shit, but he's got banter while he's doing it, which is always appreciated. Anyway, he throws away his phone saying, like, oh yeah, it's just hero work. I don't need to pay attention to that. And Deadpool, oh, that's going to really annoy me. What's Deadpool's name? It's not Twice. It's, is it Twice? Let's see. I'm going to check this out right now. My Hero Academia Deadpool guy. Is it Twice? It's got to be Twice, right? Yeah, Twice. It's Twice. I knew it was Twice. Anyway, but what I really liked about this part was the fact that, you know, even though Hawks is teaching this guy and all that stuff, he realized, he read the text message. He's like, the hospital, the pieces are in place. So you can see Hawks getting hype. You know, his life is still on the line, by the way. Hawks, I think, is really going to die by the end of this chapter, but he's very, very high. He's like, yes, people are actually starting to notice all these pieces, all the clues that I've left behind are starting to fall into place. We can start to do something about it. We can start to attack these guys, and they have no idea what we're thinking. This is our time to shine. So he's hype about it. He's like, all that remains is to, and then obviously that's, you know, take action. But then we see the end of the chapter where you see Dr. Eggman laughing. He's like, a man who possesses unlimited power, the ultimate being, sought after by All For One and myself. He talks about his masterpiece, and then we see the last panel, we see blood flying everywhere. You see pretty emaciated, to be fair, Tomura Shigaraki with his white hair, crazy, his jaw wide open, his eyes widened out. He's bleeding from every possible orifice, and he has multiple new orifices that have been made from all these wires and injections which have been stabbed into him. This pipe that seems to be going through his gut. It's a horrible, horrible scene. And I'm not squeamish at all, but this is fantastically horrible. Like, this dude is going through some major shit right now. Like, Shigaraki is being made into the most devastating villain we are ever gonna see. Look at what the hell this guy is going through. Like, he's gonna be crazy after this. He's gonna be someone that can deal with, or at least make it very, very difficult for a complete Deku in the future. So that's gonna be someone with, like, what, 8 quirks, maybe 9, including, you know, the One For All quirk itself. Well, actually, no, that would still be 8 because All Might didn't have a quirk to begin with, so that should still be 8. But if Deku's the 9th user, that should be 7 quirks on top of what he has, right? I think my maths is off somewhere. But yeah, Shigaraki, all that blood, it's a horrific scene. And like I said before, all these pipes, all these wires coming out of him, you can see the pain. Well, it's not even pain, I don't think, registering on his face. He's completely blacked out. But it looks horrendous. And Dr. Eggman's just there like, yeah, my masterpiece. So this is apparently the image of success. I'm not sure whether I'd agree with that or not. But, you know, Dr. Eggman knows more than we do. So obviously something's gone right. But I'm fully ready to see what happens in the future. So what are we going to get in the next few chapters? I think, like I said before, we're going to be moving quite fast paced. We're going to be moving into this hospital, seeing what the emergency is there. This hospital is supposedly where they're tinkering with Nomu and stuff like that. So where they're designing, where they're using these corpses or maybe even just bodies to become the base bodies for Nomu. And then they're adding quirks to these individuals, removing them of their personalities, tinkering with their memories, all that type of stuff. So that hospital is going to be a key plot point moving forward. Whether or not they move Aizawa there to try and continue with, you know, the Shirakumo discovery. I don't think they're going to send President Mike there, but Aizawa might be moving there. What else did we have this shot? And then obviously we get to see whether or not Shigaraki is at this hospital and that's where they're tinkering with him. I have no idea, but if he is, that would be crazy to see this new Shigaraki going up against someone like Aizawa. Maybe Aizawa needs to get his ass saved by someone like Endeavor. And maybe the kids, so maybe Deku, Shoto, and Bakugo will for the first time encounter this new Shigaraki. And they'll probably even see Hawks there, be like, holy shit, we have someone defecting there. And the only person who would really realize that, you know, Hawks is their ally and wouldn't say anything about it is probably Endeavor. And he would probably tell the kids later on, like, yo, shit, what you need to realize is that Hawks is doing us a solid. He's been put in a really difficult situation. So I'd like to see some of that. I'd love to see what Horikoshi has in store. He's been doing a solid on My Hero for a while now. So let me know what you guys thought of this chapter. Let me know what you guys thought of this review. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow when I release my much delayed One Punch Man review, which was a good chapter as well. So I'll see you guys in a bit.